that recording for us, and I will pull up your PowerPoint for you.
Thank you, Patricia. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Tejano virtual events. My name is Liz Aldiva, and my co-worker's name is Evelyn Estrada. We represent the PrEP program, and we're going to be sharing with you information specifically for the healthcare majors, and we ask that you please hold all questions until the end of the presentation. PrEP offers a variety of services, but what I want to emphasize is that these services are absolutely free to you as a student. We are a district-wide program and have a PrEP office at every campus. PrEP has been supporting all our healthcare major students for quite some time now, and what we quickly learned was that the healthcare majors have a high level of excellence and their degrees are very competitive. This is why we have developed specialized tools specifically for your needs. So let's get started. PrEP program, this is an overview of all the help the PrEP has to offer all the students. But if you're a healthcare student, once you have completed the mandatory courses, you will need to be eligible for the program by ranking. And one of the things you need to do is either take the TSI 2 or the TEAS test. I don't know if you're aware, but there was a new test that was implemented in the middle of February of this year. The new test is called the TSI A2. This new test has merged the reading and the English together, and so it's now called the ELAR. PrEP was ready for this change, and we created the new tutorials right away to make them available to your students. We specialize in preparing all the students that need to take the TSI 2, and this includes the healthcare students that need to rank. We also specialize in preparing for the nursing students that need to take the TEAS test. Another way that we help you is through a diagnostic testing, free boot camps, free online resources, Blackboard online support. And you'll be learning about all of these very shortly. EPCC offers several healthcare majors. This slide shows you all the majors in the healthcare department. For example, we have the nursing, the physical therapist assistant, surgical technology, and dental assistant, to name a few. All these programs have special entrance requirements. Some of these requirements are mandated by state or federal legislation. Others are based on the standards set by accreditation agencies. You'll need to attend a healthcare orientation and meet with your counselor to review the requirements for the program that you have selected. So as a healthcare student, what do you need to be doing? Here are some suggestions that we have for you. Start early. Please, please. I can't stress this enough. We see so many students scrambling at the last minute trying to get all the requirements done. Remember that some programs only rank once a year. And if you miss the deadline, you'll have to wait another year to rank. If you procrastinate too long, you might not have enough time to do all the tasks required for ranking or do them well. And by that, I mean tutoring for the TSI A2 test. So many ranking students come to us wanting to tutor for the math, the reading, and the writing, and they want to do the tutoring in 1 week. This is unrealistic. And even if you tutor 24/7, you wouldn't finish. So I wanted to take a closer look at the tutoring involved. The math portion of the tutoring could take you between 2 to 4 weeks, depending on what you already know and don't know. It also depends on how much time you're willing to invest in the tutoring. The more you invest, the better you will do on your test. The ELAR, which includes the reading and the English, could take you about 2, 3 weeks, again, depending on what you know and don't know. and how much time you're willing to invest in that tutoring. Also, keep in mind that the programs in the healthcare majors accept the last test scores and not the highest scores. For example, if you're trying to test, and get a high score in math, and your last score was fairly decent, but then you decide to test again and that score is lower, the program will take the lower score because it's the last test scores you have on file. So please, I urge you to please weigh your options carefully before you decide to retest. And give yourself enough time to make sure that you're on target with all the requirements needed for your healthcare major. Another suggestion we have is meet with your counselor either at the beginning of the semester or towards the end of the semester. This will help to ensure that you're on the right path. Make sure to ask your counselor what scores you need on the TSI to qualify for the program. This is very important. As an advisor, one of the things I frequently see is that when students are ready to rank, they have forgotten most or all of the math they need for the TSI A2 test. Why? Because they finished their math several semesters ago or sometimes even years ago. What I usually recommend to the student is to test on the math as soon as you're finished with all the mandatory math classes. This is so important. Why? Because it's still fresh in your mind. Plus, remember that the test scores are valid for 5 years. Make sure that you do the very best on your test because the higher your score, the better chance you have at getting into the program. We also recommend that you meet with your coordinator and instructors. The instructors are aware of the healthcare majors and they can advise you on your next course of action. Each healthcare program has a different ranking date. Please check with your health occupational counselor to make sure that you know the date and be vigilant to make sure you have met all the requirements before the deadline. If you can, try to finish about a month before the deadline. When you're taking your prerequisite courses, try to form some support groups with the students in that class. When you form support groups, it reduces the stress, the anxiety, or any fatigue that you might be feeling. The support groups help you realize that you're not alone. It keeps you motivated and you help each other understand the topics in different ways because everybody has a different way of seeing things. Our last suggestion is to seek out prep resources. Take advantage of our resources because they're absolutely free to you. The only thing that you're going to be paying for are your tests. All other services we provide for you are free. So here is food for thought. Do you remember tutoring on a subject only to find out that you were tutoring on the areas you already knew? You probably wish you could just skip that part and go to the areas that you really needed. This is what a lot of you go through when you're tutoring, and because of this, you become discouraged and ultimately stop tutoring. Well, here at Prep, we're on a mission to save you time while you tutor and help you test sooner. One of the tools that Prep offers is our diagnostic assessment. You might be asking yourself, what is a diagnostic assessment? It's a practice test that is not graded. It assesses what you know and don't know. This assessment helps the prep advisors identify the areas that you need to tutor on only. The diagnostic is free and it helps you focus on areas you might need most help in rather than using up unnecessary time on content that you really don't need. This is going to save you a lot of time and it will prepare you for the TSIA 2 much, much faster. We offer this diagnostic assessment in reading and in math. The assessments are comprised of 24 questions for each subject that you're taking. They are available at our prep website. They're multiple choice, and the results of the assessment are available to you after you complete the exercise. If you are interested, please contact us so that we can get you started. Another support that we have for our students is the boot camps. These boot camps are available to all students that have already taken the TSI or the TSI 2 only. They are led by friendly EPCC faculty that have been trained for the boot camps and have met the requirements of accreditation and state agencies. The boot camps are online and the students meet with their instructor at a set time and day. They will then review the subject content and follow up with online practice activities for homework. Then students will take the test after the boot camp. Our goal is for all students to place college ready or to rank on any healthcare major. Students that participate in the boot camps, 1 out of 3 place college ready. So there's two kinds of boot camps, the TSIA 2 and the TEAS boot camps, which are free. The TSIA 2 boot camps, this includes the math and the ELAR. They are available to the student that needs to test on the TSI 2 or any healthcare major needing to rank. These boot camps are 3 day long and you will need to test after the boot camps are finished. The TEAS boot camps are specifically for the nursing students and include the regular math, reading, and the writing, but we also made sure to include the biology and the chemistry classes. The TEAS boot camps are 4 days long with lots to cover every day. Uh, I wanted to remind you to please follow us on Facebook or Instagram because we constantly post the boot camp flyer with all the schedules there. So if you like us, then you'll have access to all the schedule. So if you do need to get a boot camp, all you got to do is pick a subject, pick the session, the date and time, and you can register with your advisor. The last support we have is Ingenuity courseware. This is the name of the courseware we use for online tutoring. It's highly compatible with Windows, Android, Mac, and Google Chrome. It can be viewed on any computer or tablet. When you're ready to sign up for the free online tutoring, one of our advisors will create an account for you on Ingenuity with your very own username and password. The tutorials we offer were created to coincide with the test that you're taking. Your assigned advisor will be assisting in monitoring your activity and will be available to answer any questions regarding the course or any other question you might have. Students who perform well on the test invest at least 6 to 8 hours weekly on tutoring. Remember, this is at least. This tutoring is free, it's self-paced, and we have had great success with this courseware. If you're interested, please let us know so that we can get you started right away. And before we go any further, I'd like to ask you a couple of questions. The first one is, do you feel that prep program can benefit you in preparing for your exam? I'm going to put this poll up, and if you can just please answer yes or no. Okay, so we already had and stopped the poll, and 12 of you students answered yes, that you can benefit from prep. If you did answer yes, then please get in touch with us and we'll be putting our contact information towards the end of the presentation. I'm going to go ahead and stop in the poll, and I'm going to go ahead and ask you the next question. The next question would be, are you a ranking student? And I'm going to go ahead and show this, and if you can also answer yes or no. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and stop the poll, and I'm going to show you the results. So, three of you answered that you are ranking students. And if you did answer yes, then you're in the right place. And Prep can definitely help you with either the boot camps or the online tutoring, or sometimes both, because a lot of students that come to us want to have both. So we can make that available to you if that is what you need. Let me go ahead and stop the poll. Okay, so on the next slide, uh, here we have some slides of the courseware, and Evelyn Estrada is going to give us a live presentation and show us some of the slides.
Thank you, Liz. Good afternoon, students and faculty that have joined us. Welcome. As Elizabeth was stating, we use Edgenuity tutorials to help the students. This slide was created with TSI2 ELAR content. Here you have your language arts and essay content, your revision and editing for your essay, which you would practice on, your language arts text analysis and syntheses, your language arts revision, editing, and completion of your essay and things like that. On the very bottom here, we have the language arts literary text analyses. Everything you would practice on this page, all these tutorials, you will definitely get questions on the TSI2 exam from. Next slide. In this slide, we have our math course view for the new TSI. Here you would experience tutoring on geometric spatial reasoning, which is rather new because it's mostly reasoning now. Mathematical algebraic reasoning, and we also have mathematical probabilities and statistical reasoning on the exam, and also quantitative reasoning. So these tutorials are definitely what you need to practice on. And of course, you can blend it in with face-to-face tutoring also. Next slide. This slide has been created for TEAS courseware. It shows you your basic math, algebra math, your TSI anatomy and physiology, TEAS life sciences and genetics down here in the bottom. It's also got your cell structure in Science 1, and it's got all about evolution and everything in the sciences. When you're a TEAS student, we also strongly suggest that you use your TEAS book to help yourself through these tutorials so you can exit that courseware. At this point, I would like to share my screen to show you how to log in to these tutorials after an account has become created for you. Okay, I will be sharing my screen here. I will show you my application window here and my screen. Oops, sorry, wrong one. As we log in, an account has been created for this student. This is what you will see. It's called Edgenuity Tutorials, like Liz says, compatible with any platform. You would type in your ID that has been created for you, and you would type in a password that has been created and furnished for you. You log in, And eventually, when you reach your page, it will start with a short video. The video is only to be watched once. I suggest you finish it so you will not have to watch it more than once. It will navigate you through your tutorials, whether they be TEAS or TSI. This page was created for a TEAS student that asked for anatomy, physiology, cell structure under Science 1. Science 2, they wanted evolution theory and all of things like that concerning that. They asked for genetics also, and they also asked for us to help with the map. So when you click on any part of the page, you can navigate yourself through it. For example, if we open the math, you can click next activity, and it will take you to this portion right here. It will start with a pre-diagnostic test so the student can see where they need to be practicing the most. You can return to the end of to the video, the tutorial if you need to leave or go somewhere else. Okay. At any time, you can also speak with an advisor. There's tabs up here at the top where you can email the advisor, or you can meet with them in Blackboard, which I'll show you shortly, and talk about your concerns concerning your tutorials that you're using. If at any time you need to stop your tutorials, also let your advisor know so that they can put it on hold for a while and not inactivate you. Okay, now be aware this account has to be created before the student can log in. Okay, we will take questions on all of this at the end of the presentation. At this point, I will share my other screen. Okay, this screen here shows our TSI boot camps and TEAS boot camps that Elizabeth mentioned. These boot camps also, you've got to meet with an advisor to be registered for them. They change from semester to semester, as you can see up here. They are online and partly face-to-face. Here we have our math portions that were offered, our reading, and our writing. The writing also includes essay in it. These are offered in the mornings, in the afternoons, and evenings. They are taught by qualified instructors. Next slide. This page shows our biology and our chemistry that was offered. These have extensive content to be taught, so they're a little bit longer. Their hours are also in the evenings, in the afternoons. Some are in the morning. You need to be aware of what is closed and what is yet open. And by doing that, you can scan this QR code at the bottom and be in contact through social media. These are posted and updated constantly, so a student will be aware of what to register for. Now, these are also taught by qualified certified instructors in their field. Next slide. This slide shows the CE form where a student would register after speaking with an advisor. You make your choice as to what boot camps you would like to attend. You may attend several at one time if you want, if you have the time. You fill this form when the advisor sends it to you. Be sure you fill it in its entirety with correct information. Return it in a timely manner to your advisor. Your advisor will then officially put there the boot camps that you want to register for, their CRN codes and everything that's needed. They will return it to you for you to look through it and see if that's exactly what you wanted or if you've changed your mind. on something, be sure you sign it and return it to the advisor in a timely manner so you can officially be registered for a boot camp and you will receive confirmation from your advisor. Next slide. How do you communicate with us? You can find us at this website right here. We offer support for math, for reading, for writing, biology, and chemistry. You do not have to be a boot camp student for us to help you. We will try and help any student that comes to us asking for advice or help. We help students facing challenges in classes with supplemental tutorials for any of these above classes. We also help faculty with their students. By supplemental tutorials, we mean that you're already in this class and you're having issues with maybe understanding the content, maybe it's a little bit fast for you, you can meet with an advisor. We'll create the supplemental tutorials to help you with all those challenges you're facing. It does not allow you to drop the class because we create this account. You do have to continue in your class. Also for faculty, if you see that you have students that would benefit from one of these offers that PrEP has, please meet with an advisor by calling here or either the website or through Blackboard, which I will demonstrate shortly, so that we can get in touch with your students and with you. Next slide. And we're also available Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. At this point, this slide shows the Blackboard that we've been talking about. This is where you would meet with an advisor. We're available 8 to 5. You do not need an account or anything to join there. You go there and you speak with an advisor face to face. If for some reason there is several students in the room already, a breakout room may be created for you and for the advisor to speak privately. By privacy, we mean that you would share your ID, perhaps an email or a phone number for us to create an account for you or things of that nature. It is for the student's utmost experience to feel safe and secure in these environments. Okay? All the advisors have been trained as to how to do that. I will show you how to get there, okay? The pages you must see. I will share my screen here with you. Share my audio, and I will share my page. That you will see when you first log in, how to log in rather. Is my page available?
Yes.
You will see our pre-testing educational program page. It shows frequently asked questions, a little about our diagnostics assessments that Elizabeth mentioned. You can see here, it has our connect button there, which we will go to in just a minute. Okay. At this point, let me share my screen here. These are our hours, Monday through Friday, and we're going to connect with our Blackboard session to to chat with an advisor. Is my screen available?
You're good, Evelyn. Good job.
Okay, then you type in your name. My name is Evelyn and I want to join this session. You click join and you have joined a prep advisor. You can use the chat feature on the purple button here if you wish, or if for some reason you are having difficulty with your audio that day. You can ask questions such as, let's see, and an advisor will answer you on your chat here. You may ask something like, okay. You may ask questions of the person there and they can answer you. You can wait. And all of this information is totally private. It will be removed. It erases when you leave the session. Okay? There will also be questions on this page if anyone wants to ask something at the end of the presentation. Okay, we will leave Renza now and say thank you. Thank you, Renzan. Okay, now let's return to our presentation. I will stop sharing my screen here and go to our contact information. For immediate assistance, you can contact us at this address here, type in the link, and get connected. We're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. If for some reason you do join the link after 5, we will get the message the following workday. To be contacted by a prep advisor, you may also mail us at prep@epcc.edu. To leave a message, you can call this number here and we will get the information the following workday if it's after 5 or on a weekday. The advisor will answer you in a timely manner. Next slide. At this time, I will return the presentation to Elizabeth. She has some very good tips for you and some interesting information before our question and answer session. Thank you.
Thank you, Evelyn. Uh,
You're
one of the last
welcome.
one of the last things I wanted to mention is that here at Prep, we want to make sure that you're very comfortable throughout the process. And as advisors, we make ourselves available to you at any point in time. We're here to serve you and to help our students succeed. Also, remember that our services are free to you. And if you know of anyone that needs our help, please refer them to us and we'll make sure to take care of them. We want to thank you for attending our very special healthcare presentation. And at this time, Evelyn and I will take any questions you might have. Are there any questions? Anything at all?
That's one for Hector to answer.
We're waiting and see if anybody has any questions. Oh, the piano part?
Yeah.
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 We do not offer tutorials for music, unfortunately.
If any of our ranking students in the audience have a question, by all means, you can type it into the chat message if you'd like.
There was one about nursing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Liz, you want to?
I
Okay.
I didn't get to read it all.
Can nursing students just sign up for TEAS, or is there anything else they need?
One of the things that we do require if you are going to be signing up for the boot camp is that the students do need to have already paid for the TEAS test in order for them to be accepted into the boot camp. If the TEAS student just wants online tutoring to prepare for the test, then that we can have them, we can create an account for them and have them use it right away. We don't need the test receipt for that, but we do need it for the boot camps. Any other questions? Mm. Okay, so one of the questions is, are there any boot camps that are free that we do not have to speak with an advisor? The answer is no. The boot camps do have to, you do have to be registered with an advisor in order to go to be attending the boot camps. Um, It says I graduated from EPCC in December of last year and I am attending UTEP. Yes, unfortunately, the boot camps are only available to EPCC students. So you might want to try UTEP to see if they have anything to offer you. Let's see the next question. TSIA 2 ranking students and tuners can receive assistance.
Oh, that was my feedback.
Um, okay, yeah.
There was one from Jasmine. Jasmine,
Okay.
I would suggest that you do speak to the counselor to see if your current scores will get you through the exam. Maybe you're exempt already. They're the ones that can make the best the qualified decision before you join a boot camp. You might not even need one.
And just a reminder that our boot camps are free. There's no charge for taking the boot camps. Um, Go ahead, and if there's any additional questions, by all means, feel free to ask those. Um, the boot camps are free, and they're if you're taking the TSIA 2, it could be 6 hours weekly for the boot camp. Currently, because of the pandemic, we're doing those virtually. And you do get some time with the teacher of class, the instructor of class. You'll get a window there where you can have a verbal, communication with them. So we do use Blackboard Collaborate for those sessions. If you are a T student that's interested in taking the boot camp, those are just a little bit longer. They could take anywhere from 8 to 10 hours weekly. Um, and then, you're on, after that, you can take your TEAS test as well. There are also multiple sessions that you can register for. It doesn't have to be just one session. There could be multiple. So we have those available. And again, we'll put up the schedule sample that we have. Let me set this back up here on our slide. But as you can see, we do have um, the regular TSIA 2 boot camps available, and those of you in the TEAS program will see that information there. This is available on our social media as well, and we'll provide those links in just a moment. But they are free, okay? Does anybody else have a question?
If there are no more questions, if we all could please, I would like to thank our presenters for doing a wonderful job today. If y'all could give them an emoji round of applause in the chat, I think that would be fabulous. Just an emoji just to say, thank you or hey, you did a good job. That would be really cool. Thank you very much. Thank you, Miss Evelyn and Miss Liz and Mr. Hector for your wonderful presentation today.
Thank
Thank
you.
you,
Thank
Patricia,
you
for all your help.
Yes, thank you, Patricia.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Okay, so now at this time, while y'all are giving that emoji round of applause, I'm going to go ahead and show you the OLA guide that we would like to share with you today. It's been recently updated as of April, And so if you have the old OLA guide, or maybe you haven't downloaded the OLA guide yet, we strongly recommend that you download it. What you do is you go to that link, you download the OLA guide, and then all of those resources that are available to you, including the prep program right here on the first page, as well as student success online tutoring, their links and information are available there, as well as the next page, which gives you even more resources like the Via Verde Accounting and Business Lab, some of the admissions, transfer services. All these services are available to you. The next thing I would like to share with you is Tejano passports. Let me go ahead and I will share that for you. So Tejano passports. We've been pairing with them for a few semesters now, and we strongly recommend them, especially if you want to get your own free medallion. I'll go ahead and I'll post the information in the chat for you so that you can click on the app code there and get your points for today's session. So what you do is you come here to Tejano Virtual Events each week, and we give you a code at the end of the session that goes towards that free snazzy medallion. And if you're already participating, you can just click on that code right through the chat and go ahead and sign in with your EPCC credentials. Do not use the @epcc.edu at the end of your name, just the first part, and then your EPCC password, whatever you log in with, and you're able to sign in and collect those points. It's not too late to join. This code will still be good later if you need to do it later. It's good until midnight tonight. And if you want more information on that, you can actually go to the Tejano Passport EPCC page. The last thing I would like to do, well, actually, real quick, if you could spare just a moment, I would love it if you could fill out our Tejano virtual feedback survey. We're trying to do our best to update and improve on our Tejano virtual events. And so if you have an idea or maybe you have some feedback you'd like us to know, please click on that link and give us some info. Next, I'm going to share with you our session for this week. Let me go ahead and pull that up real quick. There we go. And then, oh, there we are. So today we had Prep to Rank, Nursing and Health Programs, TSI, TEAS, and Test Help, which again, fabulous presentation. On Friday at 1 o'clock, we'll be having Career Day, and we'll be going over computer science and business. At 3 o'clock on Friday, we will be going over this hasn't quite been updated yet. So for Math 13-14, it's actually going to be basic matrix operations and using matrix operations. And then for Math 13-24, it's going to be sets. Okay, and so that'll be 3 o'clock on Friday. And so we really hope to see you here. And then next week on Wednesday, we're going to have family and story time at 1 o'clock on Wednesday. So we hope to see you soon. We appreciate each and every one of you for coming today. And you've been a great audience, great presenters, and thank you again for coming. Hope to see you soon.